Hello my friends, this is Linol Anderson here with you guys with a brand new YouTube BitChute video. Today we're going to be talking about these headlines that have been in the news recently. The Earth's inner core has paused and started reversing. Take a look. That's right, my friends. What's causing this? Could this be a pole shift? Could this be related to Nibiru, Planet X? What does this mean for humanity? We're going to get to all of that today, my friends. Before we do, I'm just going to encourage you guys to hit that subscribe button. As I say, subscribe to survive. I cover it all from NWO, extraterrestrials, Nibiru, spirituality, hidden knowledge, occult, and much, much more, and how it all ties in together. So subscribe, and please do me a favor, hit that like button. It helps me out so much, and it'd mean the world to me. It gets this video to more people. Now let's just get right into it, my friends. All right. So, as you can see in the headlines there, on the recent news articles, they are talking about this inner core that started reversing, my friends. So, I'm going to show you what they've been saying. Take a look at this clip from the article. That's right. So they're telling us, it's nothing to panic about. Don't freak out. It doesn't mean anything bad for the Earth. And I read in the article, it says, oh, it happened back in the 70s too. It's nothing to worry about. But they do admit it is a mystery. They all admit, yes, it is a mystery. We don't know why this is happening. But don't panic, right? Don't panic. And I'm just going to make it clear. I'm not telling you guys to panic either. We should never be in fear. But it is actually something pretty significant that's happening, my friends. It is something very significant, more than what they're letting you know. And I believe they're going to use it as a tool for fear in the near future. So anyways, I saw all this stuff and it got me thinking, well, it's a fact right now that the poles on Earth are shifting. Okay, we know as a fact that the poles are shifting. So I got thinking and I started researching the pole shift, and I came across this article. Check it out. That's right, my friends. I came across that article, and it says right in that article, I'm going to show you what the article says. Take a look. All right, so as you can see there, it says that the poles are starting to shift, and it looks like it's due to the inner crust of the Earth, what's going down below us. That this could be causing a pole shift. And that article came out a little bit before these recent news headlines came out, which means it's been happening for a while. But now, the powers that be are releasing this information because it's headline news everywhere. Now they're starting to leak it out, they're telling us in phases. And it looks like this is kind of a big deal because this means it's causing this pole shift that's starting to happen. So what would happen to humanity if we had a pole shift like that, my friends? Well, there would be chaos on Earth. There'd be absolutely chaos. If a pole shift happened, it's not like the first article and what they're telling us now, oh, no big deal. No, if this happened and the poles shifted, which the poles have shifted many times throughout the past millions of years, which is how we get into how they keep on redoing the Matrix, right? It gets to a certain point and then they redo it. I can't say the other word because they'll remove this, the great redo, But what would happen? Well, we'd see probably natural disasters all over the world if that happened. It'd take down the satellites. You would lose all power, electricity. The GPS would go down. Chaos. The Earth's magnetic field would collapse. Okay? which would then allow the cosmic rays coming from the solar flares. We know that there's huge solar flares hitting humanity right now, and there's going to be a great solar flash event coming. Well, the magnetic field, which protects the Earth from that, would go down, and Earth would be bombarded with these solar flares. Most people would not be able to survive that. The people who are on the ascension path would, for sure. But I think that's when the timeline split would happen, where humanity would go into this 5D, right? Is when that happens in the pole shift. I think it's all connected. But for the majority of humans who are not on the ascension road and are still in that 3D timeline, well, that would bring their demise, right? It would be a global catastrophic event for those who are not putting in the work. Okay, my friends? So it is a big deal. And what's causing this? Well, they're saying, oh, it's the inner core and everything like that. And but it's still a mystery why it's happening. Well, what explains it all is Nibiru. That's right. I think that perfectly explains it. We know that Nibiru is coming. We know there's that incoming interdimensional planetary object. Like I said in my last video, that CERN may be bringing this fourth dimensional object to us. But we know it's affecting our Earth. And we know that Nibiru would cause that pole shift. So there's a chance all this talk about, oh, it's the inner crust of the Earth, that's what's causing it and all that. I think that's just their cover story. They'll probably end up saying it's due to the changes in the weather. I can't say those two words with the agenda they're doing right now because they'll remove this video, right? But you know what I mean, changes in the weather. That agenda they're playing. They're going to say it's all that because we're putting too much carbon into the environment or whatever. But we know it's all one big cover-up. You know, I even did a channeling on this, and it even said it doesn't really have anything much to do with the inner core. That's just pretty much their cover story, what they're telling us, to distract us from the truth that this is all actually due to, you guessed it, the big guy coming in there. The Destroyer, Planet X. That's right. It's all connected. Like I said, my friends, this is all connected. But with this connection, it's not all doom and gloom, right? It's not all doom and gloom because, as I said, there's this great awakening happening right now, and already humanity is starting to shift and raise their consciousness into the 5D consciousness, right? The higher consciousness, the golden age. We no longer want to be stuck in this age of corruption and horrible stuff like that. You know, we don't want these lower fear vibrations, how humanity's been stuck in. We want to elevate our consciousness to this higher dimensional consciousness based in love. So the people that have been awakening and having these spiritual awakenings, Kundalini awakenings, which has been happening to millions of people worldwide, including myself, there's a chance that we're going to be able to make this 5D ascension event because the Earth is splitting into two different roads. There's going to be this 3D timeline where people who don't put in the work now will unfortunately not make it, and they'll suffer this hellish reality where the poles will shift and there'll be chaos on Earth. But then there's a chance, since, you know, we live in this multiverse, that the people who have elevated their consciousness before all this happens to a 5D reality will be able to jump on a new timeline where Earth goes into a golden age, right? And that's what we got to shoot for. And how do we do that? We got to raise our vibration, get into the love frequency, open up the heart chakra, right? And we got to defeat all our old patterns, you know, all the negative low vibrational patterns that we've been stuck in. We got to do all that work. And if you'd like to learn more on what you can do to ascend to 5D, I have a class on my Patreon, okay? The Ascend to 5D class. Check it out. That's right, on Patreon, I'm going over all the details. Right now, I gave you the basic specifics, but we're going in depth there on how you can make this transition. Because, my friends, this is a very important time in history that we have one shot at making this ascension. So if you're not doing everything you can right now to make the ascension process, well, then you might be in trouble. Because, my friends, at the end of the day, it's all happening. So the link to my Patreon is down below in the description. So check it out, my friends. Would love to have you there. You'll have access to all the videos I've already done, plus all my other Patreon stuff. It's great. You could ask me anything, too. I could do Palladian channelings for you. Just let me know. But back to the video. Yeah, that's what it comes down to, my friends. It's a crazy time to be alive. Let me just say that. It's the most exciting time to be alive, if you ask me. So much stuff is happening, and it's happened before. History repeats itself. We've been in this repeating cycle, because as I said in many videos, we are in a simulation. That's right, we're in a 3D simulation created by the Archons, the Reptilians, Dark Controllers, Anunnaki, whatever you want to call it. The Dark Anunnaki, that is. There's Anunnaki just means from those from the heavens who came to Earth. So there's good Anunnaki, bad Anunnaki. But when I say that, I'm referring to Enki and Lil. You know, those are the lizards, I believe. But they created this reality, you know, for us to be their slaves and to harvest our energy. They live off our negative energy. But as I said before, they gotta follow certain rules too. So they gotta allow certain times or certain ways for us to escape. They gotta tell us how to escape, which they do through all the religious sacred texts and whatnot, through media, Hollywood, symbols. They all leave clues how we get out of here. And of course, then every once in a while, you know, this pole shift event happens. And they bring in the Nibiru to do the harvest, right? They harvest humanity to collect all the energy, and then they redo the simulation. They go right back to the beginning, right? And set humanity back, and then they rebuild again. They just do it all over again. But of course, this opens up a opportunity for us humans to, the ones who put in the work, the ones who are on the Ascension timeline. It leaves a gap for the chosen ones of this time era to escape and get the heck out of here, right? And like I said, I think this is all going to be related. When the magnetic poles flip, I believe the magnetic field will go down for a period of time while that happens, and then we'll get the big one, whatever they call the great solar flash, right? I believe that's going to happen, and I believe with this great solar flash, I think, you know, like I said, for the people who haven't put in the work, who haven't been receiving the upgrades with the smaller solar flares that have been happening because they've been too busy, you know, eating unhealthy foods, doing the substances and drinking the alcohol and drinking the fluoride, and, you know, they weren't receiving those codes and upgrading themselves and stuff. So when the big one happens, you know, their bodies aren't going to be able to make it. But for the people who have been detoxing their bodies out of all the crap, right, and who have been elevating their consciousness and receiving these upgrades from the smaller solar flares that we've been experiencing, because that's what it is. These smaller ones are affecting us energetically, changing our DNA, and getting us prepared. Because if they did one big solar event, none of us would make it. We have to upgrade our bodies. So those of us who have been on this Ascension 5D timeline, our bodies have been changing. We've been getting more ready for this, you could say. And so for us, when the magnetic fields do go down, I do believe we're going to be able to make it with this timeline shift. Anyways, that's where my research has led me. That's where my own contact with the higher realms have led me to. And that's where I'm thinking. And I just want to make it clear, you know, I'm not saying I'm 100% right about everything either. Like, question everything. Don't take what I say as, like, 100% fact, and that's how it is. At the end of the day, we're all trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. And what really is going on is so beyond our understanding of our human brains with the egoic mind and all that. Like, I think what's really happening, we couldn't even calculate in our brains. You know, it'd be too deep because this is a multi-dimensional thing. So we're just all doing our best to do our research, try to figure out the best of what's happening. But for me, I think that's what's happening. So you guys let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. like I said, join me on Patreon for the Ascent to 5D class, or I have other classes. I have the health class, teaching you how to get healthy in these times, because you need a clean vessel to make the transition. And then I got the occult class, where we go into hidden knowledge that the elites have hidden from us, that they don't want us knowing. But if we know, then we get on their level, right? So you guys could join that. Or I got Palladian channelings. Ask me anything throughout the month, and I could do channelings for you. Everything. Link is down below. Or if you don't want to join Patreon, you just want to make a one-time donation to help me out so I could continue to bring you this information, join me on Buy Me a Coffee. You could buy me a coffee, my friends. The link is down below. And I just want to let you guys know, I got some massive videos coming. We got the return of the doc. That's right. The next video I release is the return of Dr. Leviticus Van Nostrand. It's already been filmed. We're talking about the 144,000 and how they're being activated worldwide right now. So you don't want to miss that. And then the last video of the month, either that or the first video of the month, depending on what day I get it out, I'm answering your questions. That's right. You guys asked me a bunch of questions. I'm going to do that video. That's coming up next week, my friends. And you could still ask me a question, so if you have any questions you want me to answer in that video, leave your questions down below in the comment section, my friends, and I shall answer your questions. That's right, I can't wait for that. There's a lot of good ones, my friends. Thank you for watching. I got a lot of good stuff coming, and I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for me. It's going to be fantastic, so I hope by this time you've subscribed. You've hit that notification bell if you're new. Until next time, Lionel signing off. Stay safe, my friends, and keep bettering yourself and putting yourself on that ascension journey, because this is our chance. Lionel signing off.